Hello everyone, welcome to Genius channel. We are going to see some MBA previous year questions. Okay, so the section is idioms and phrases. Given below are some idioms or phrases followed by 4 alternative meanings to each. Choose the appropriate response, which is the most appropriate meaning, and mark your response on the answer sheet accordingly. Okay. So 36 we have already discussed in the last video. We are going to see question number 37 now. 37. The gift of the gab. The gift of the gab. The gift of the gab. What is the meaning? What does that says or that idiom means? The gift of the gab. Ability to speak easily and confidently. Ability to spoil something. Ability to sell things, gift from a sacred institution. The gift of the gab. Yes. So the gift of the gab is actually, it means the ability to speak easily. The ability to speak easily and confidently. The ability to speak easily and confidently. Okay. So gab, actually gab means what? Gabbing means, gab means to chat, talk, or lengthy talk, etc. That is a lengthy talk we call it as gab. Okay, so gift of the gab means it is related to speaking. Okay, so it is ability to speak easily and confidently. Next idiom, question number 38. Walk a tightrope. Walk a tightrope. Okay, tightrope. To be forced to leave your job, to be ready to fall, to act very carefully, to invite danger. Walk a tightrope. Walk a tightrope. Okay, tight rope. What is the meaning of this idiom? Okay, tight rope. Yeah, to act very carefully. Answer is to act very carefully. Act. Okay, tight rope means it is very difficult to walk on a tightrope, isn't it? So should be very careful. Okay, so that is the meaning. Okay, tightrope. So it is a dangerous situation where you have to be very careful in the movement. That is okay, tightrope. Okay, tightrope. Next is question number 40. To fish in troubled waters. To fish in troubled waters. To borrow money, to steal belongings of, to get benefit in bad situation, to extend a helping hand. To fish in troubled waters. Very easy, very common. To fish in troubled waters. Very common idiom. To fish in troubled waters. Yes. What is the meaning? To get benefit in bad situation. To get benefit in bad situation. To get benefit in bad situation. That is the meaning of to get, to fish in troubled waters. That means when there is a bad situation, you are trying to get a benefit out of that. Okay. So that is why fish in troubled waters. Troubled waters shows bad situation and you are trying for a benefit. You are going to fish in that. Okay, so that is to get benefit in bad situation. So that is the idioms and phrases section. So just winding up idioms and phrases. A red letter day, that means a very important or significant day. To be in a fix means to be in a difficult situation. The gift of gab means ability to speak easily and confidently. To fish in troubled waters means to get benefit in bad situation. Walk a tightrope means to act very carefully. To act very carefully. Okay. So that is about idioms and phrases. Next is ordering of sentences. Directions. Each of the following items in this section consist of a sentence, the part of which have been jumbled. These parts have been labeled P, Q, R, and S. Given below each sentence are four sequences, namely A, B, C, D. You are required to rearrange the jumbled parts of the sentence and mark your response on the answer sheet accordingly. See the question number 41. Domestic fires in Indian villages. Domestic fires in Indian villages. So you have to rearrange this. Okay. P, as the heat is dispersed and unhealthy smoke accumulates in unventilated houses, are wasteful, lit in chulas. Okay. So you have to arrange these words, sorry, these parts of sentences in the correct order. You have to arrange this in correct order. Okay, rearrange it. So you'll be given the options like, options will be like PQSR, SPQR, PQRS, SRPQ, etc. So which is the correct order of the parts of these sentences so that we get a meaningful sentence. Okay. So all of you try question number 41. Domestic fires in Indian villages. Okay. So domestic fires in Indian villages lit in cholas are wasteful. Lit in cholas are wasteful as the heat is dispersed in unhealthy and unhealthy smoke accumulates in unventilated houses. Okay. So domestic fires in Indian villages lit in cholas are wasteful. Okay. As the heat is dispersed and unhealthy smoke accumulates in the unventilated houses. So it is SRPQ. SRPQ, option D. Okay, so identify the meaning, rearrange it, then again read it. Are you able to get the correct meaning? Then it is correct. Okay. Then next question. See the question number 42. Newton discovered that due to gravitational pull of the earth, the apple falls on the ground. Which is the correct sequence. Yes, it is very easy, isn't it? Newton discovered that the apple falls on the ground due to the gravitational pull of the earth. So it is RSPQ. RSPQ, option B. RSPQ. Newton discovered that the apple falls on the earth due to the gravitational pull of the earth. Due to the gravitational pull of the earth. Next question number 44. See the question number 44. The knocking were still in the house for some time, although the echoes of it ceased. The knocking were still in the house for some time, although the echoes of it ceased. Which is the correct order. Yes. The knocking ceased for some time. The knocking ceased for some time, although the echoes of it were still in the house. The knocking ceased for some time, although echoes of it were still in the house. So it is the knocking ceased for some time. So SQRP. SQRP, option B. SQRP, option. Next, question number 42. Bold rocks near at hand. Bold rocks near at hand. Bold rocks near at hand. It's number 42. Make a fine forest for the imagination. Than distant Alps are more inspiring, and the thick fern upon a heath. And decide the correct order. Which is the correct sequence? The bold rocks near at hand are more inspiring than distant Alps. Yes, so RQ. Yeah. So, and the thick fern upon a heath makes a fine forest for the imagination. Yes. So once you get this first two sequences, you can directly go for the answer. Isn't it? See, the bold rocks near at hand are more inspiring than distant Alps. RQ. And the thick fern upon a heath makes a fine forest for the imagination. So answer is option C. Option C. Next, question number 45. It's number 45. The history of mankind is and steady progress, continuous change, history of from barbarism to refinement. The history of mankind is identify the correct sequence. The history of mankind is the history of continuous change, isn't it? History of mankind is the history of continuous change and steady progress from barbarism to refinement. Yes. So R, Q, P, S. Option B. History of mankind is the history of continuous change and steady progress from barbarism to refinement. So correct order is R, Q, P, S. Okay. So when you get the questions of sequence making, once you get two parts correctly, you can just eliminate the remaining options. Okay. So for example, in this question, history of mankind is the history of. So see here R. There is only one option that starts with R. Then you try that. Is the history of RQ. Continuous change. Yes. So it is matching. History of continuous change. Then accordingly, you can eliminate the option. Okay. So always, once you get a confusion, you have to try eliminating the options. Okay. So that is all for today. You have to practice more questions. And as I told, English is a very important section for your ND exam. Watch the videos, practice more and more previous year questions. Okay. So thank you so much. See you in another video.